Italy, a land full of historical cities that still preserve their valuable heritage. Their monuments are unique because each town was a capital.
Turin, the first capital of Italy.
Milan, one of the world's capital of finance and fashion.
Venice and its fragile beauty.
Florence, the heart of Renaissance.
Naples, pizza's hometown.
Rome, the core of a huge empire and the heart of the Catholic Church.
Umbria, the green heart of Italy, with its nature, the Apennine mountain chain, the valleys, hills, caves and plains, and its cities with their monuments and traditions.
Perugia, the main town in the region, with its Etruscan and Roman remains. The medieval buildings such as the impressive Palazzo dei Priori, the Fontana Maggiore and the Cathedral.
Perugia and the Perugina brand, whose delicious chocolate-based products have been well known all over the world since 1907.
Perugia and Euro Chocolate, the most important international chocolate exhibition in Europe.
Assisi, the town of peace and the hometown of St. Francis.
Spello and its inflorates that adorn the path of the procession of Corpus Christi on Corpus Domini Sunday in June.
Città di Castello, home of the Burri Museum.
And Gubbio, a town rich in history and beauty.
The Eugbine tablets testifying the presence of the pre-Roman population of the ancient Umbrians, whose language and civilization has been partly preserved through such extraordinary carved bronze tables. The Umbrian texts describing acts and rites along with their Latin version have been kept for over 2,000 years.
And after the Umbrians, the Romans, who made the town an important political and cultural center, as witnessed by their theatre dating back to the 1st century.
But it was in the Middle Ages that the most of today's historical city center was built. At the heart of it lies the Consul's Palace, with its big suspended square dating back to the 13th century, which strikes the visitor with its architectural majesty. The whole medieval town center is one of the best preserved in Italy, and one of the richest and beautiful church and civic buildings, among which stand the Ducal Palace dating back to Renaissance.
In spring, many are the events in Gubbio area. 2 of them are linked to an agricultural past. On April the 18th, the St. Joseph bonfire are lit, and in the night between April the 30th and May the 1st, people in the countryside welcome the new season with the so-called May songs.
On Good Friday, the Dead Christ procession takes place, a suggestive religious event when people wearing the typical white hood and sackcloth of their penitential brotherhood parade and carried crosses and the symbol of passion. After them, the statue of Dead Christ and the one of Mary in sorrow are carried. Darkness is illuminated by torchlights and bonfires, while the evocative silence is broken by the rattling of the battistangole and the sound of the penitential chant called Miserere.
On May the 50th, the most important local event takes place, the Cherry Festival, which has been honoring Gubbio patron Saint Ubaldo since his death, May 16, 1160. 3 wooden machines with the statue of Saint Ubaldo, St. George and St. Anthony on their top are raised in Piazza Grande in the morning, and then carried all over the old town and up to the top of the mountain behind Gubbio in the evening, where St. Ubaldo lies in a shrine inside the basilica.
Questi trepidanti che precedono l'alzata, questione proprio di pochi attimi. Ecco Pietro Miruchetti, tutta famiglia di Cesarenanti che salutano la piazza, ora il saluto al campanario, la cuoca che risponde con
Sunday in May, the crossbowmen from Gubbio and San Sepolcro, Tuscany, complete each other to win a valuable banner known as Palio in the crossbow contest. During the event, one can enjoy the extremely skillful and spectacular performance of the local sbandieratori, flag wavers, as well as parade in medieval costumes.
Summer starts with St. John's Open Market in June, but the main events are in the cool evenings. In late July and early August, it's time for the plays at the Romance Theatre.
Other events are linked to music, particularly Gubbio Summer Festival, featuring a standing musician, holding international workshop and master classes, and giving concert in the evening.
Gubbio No Borders, instead, is dedicated to jazz, but it is open to contamination.
August the 15th sees the four quarters of Gubbio competing in the town palio.
In autumn, the Truffle Fair gives visitors the opportunity to taste the flavors of local products, namely white truffle and mushrooms.
The Festival of the Middle Age, which is gaining importance, is a remarkable cultural and social event, gathering literature and experts from Italy and Europe, which gives the opportunity to look into several aspects of medieval history and life.
In the Cuccagna contest on November 11th, a group of competitors try to reach the top of a slippery pole to gain the savory prizes hanging there.
Gubbio has now become Umbria's Christmas town. On December the 7th, the spectacular biggest Christmas tree in the world is listed on the slope of a mountain in Genoa, attracting thousands of tourists who can also enjoy the many events in town, such as the Christmas stalls and the live nativity scene, and the one made up with full-size statues making a whole town quarter in a crib.
This is Gubbio, the most beautiful medieval town.